Welcome, everybody. Merrill Chandler here with the Fundability Report. Today we're going to be discussing, and welcome to 2023. We're going to be discussing a few things that are happening in the alt bank, environment, the alternative banking, right? There's becoming all of these fuzzy lines between traditional, the big four, Wells, Citi, Chase, and Bank of America, and then you got your 36 other tier two lenders, banks, depository institutions, and then credit unions, et cetera. But the tier fours, which are traditionally have been finance companies, are being bombarded, of course, by by web banks and fintech financial technology companies, and representing kind of fast go-to-market strategies to wow and make things easier for borrowers, make things easier for people who are looking to establish banking relationships. So, with that framework, let's take let's take a quick look at some of the things that are happening out there. Number one is that in the credit union space, there's always the outliers that are people trying new things. 2022 and our visit to FICO, when we went to FICO World 2022, there was a huge movement to reduce overdraft fees for many banks. Some of the big banks were all playing with getting rid completely of overdraft fees. Now, one credit union is doing this bold experiment. They've axed all fees, meaning not just overdraft fees. They're they're forfeiting about $2 million a year in revenue, banking that there will be it'll be easy to market their financial services because there are no fees associated. So there's some of the things that they're going to be getting rid of will be the like fees associated with checks. When you buy your checks, bounce costs. There's going to be also money transfer costs, right? When you wire transfer money, the checking account fees, right? Where there's that $6, $8, $12 or more per month just for having a checking account. They're wiping all of these fees out the door, believing that they're going to inspire other financial institutions to do the same, but giving them a cutting edge in their marketing to draw more depositors and more borrowers to their financial institutions. So, bold move. We're going to see. We'll keep you posted on what's happening, but I think this is a trend. It started with overdraft fees because they were regressive, right? The less sophisticated of a depositor you were, the less sophisticated financially you were, the more trouble you might have had in being able to keep money in your bank account or know how to manage that bank account. And so the poor and less sophisticated and less educated were being hit with more and more fees. That's what we mean by regressive. So we're gonna watch a little bit more and see where this goes. But I'm excited to see what happens at this. It's called Amplify Credit Union, and we'll be able to see. We'll follow what happens further there. Now, this one's kind of a big deal because and the article that we're reading is called "The Retail Bank That Apple Has Quietly Built." And so kind of while everybody's doing their thing, Apple and I was even surprised. I recognized them all, but when you list them out, it's kind of impressive. So think of it this way: Apple in its retail banking environment has Apple Pay. It has Apple Pay, Apple Card, Apple. Where's my list? It has been amazing. Let's see. There is Apple Pay, Apple Oh, and working with Green Dot Bank to backstop even access to branches like in Walmart, et cetera. So this entire plan, Apple Pay Later, is part of the Buy Now Pay Later that's already on its platform, and Touch to Pay. All of those things are happening inside of the Apple Wallet. All of those are kind of it's just this slow aggregation towards a full-blown financial platform on the iPhone. So the article is saying that this is becoming Apple Bank on the phone. So we'll keep watching that. We did hear that there was some of the articles we talked about in the last few months showed that Apple was actually acquiring fintech companies that would expand its platform, including the same one shared by Amazon and Walmart. So a Green Dot. So all of these is Apple is taking on the risk and doing the risk assessment by lending to their own buyers of their own iPhones. Now, here's what's interesting. We talked about this, I don't know, maybe it was a year ago, that one of the criteria that fintechs were using in underwriting was how much your phone charge got close to zero, right? The closer to zero you allowed your phone to get, the less fastidious of a personality you were. And there is a correlation between good borrower behaviors and how you keep your iPhone charged. Here, in fact, I'm going to plug mine in right now so I can stay fundable. But the whole point of using this was that Apple has access to all the data in your phone and how you use that, and can easily access the charge ratios and how fully charged your iPhone is as part of its own data collection process from your phone. So fascinating information about where that's going and what we're going to see more of. Now, another thing that we want to cover really quickly is that there is and this article was sent to me by my partner Jessica, who found this in a Instagram article. But one of the things that is interesting is that because of the recession, the 2020 to 2021 scarcity of vehicles, the car costs went up, right? The price to purchase went up 110, 120, 130% of the normal value of the car. Well, so people are buying, millions of people bought cars at inflated prices, right? Overpaid for the traditional value of that vehicle. And now those cars the loan amounts are higher significantly than the value of the car. And so if you go to trade in, this is going to be happening over the next year, 2 or 3, when these car owners want to go upgrade their car, get a new car, and trade in their old one, the loan against the old car is way higher than the trade-in value of the vehicle. And so borrowers are now going to have to pay even more. You paid more to get the original car. Now we're going to have to pay off the balance of the loan, even trying to trade it in for a new car. Huge, because all the car pricing is normalizing, and so we're back to a traditional value set of each of these vehicles. And so, just like in 2008, many people were upside down in their homes. They're now upside down in their cars. Now, many borrowers this article was saying that there may be a whole slew of repossessions because nobody wants to pay more for that car, so they'll let it go to repossession. Now, I'm encouraging you that I know it may be difficult to pay the difference or keep up with that payment because it's higher than normal, but I'm telling you that one, if you go to repossession, that's the equivalent of a foreclosure in the auto industry and on your FICO auto score. So be very deliberate, you guys. Don't just willy-nilly decide to walk away from a vehicle because it's expensive or because you're upside down. I'm telling you that one negative trade line will crush your fundability because even though it's a secured loan, it's going to that 30, 60, remember it goes 30, 60, 90 days, goes to collection, then goes to repossession over the course of 6 months. That car gets repossessed. That repossession stays on there. Remember, there's no guarantee. Do not believe a single soul on the planet who says, yeah, I can guarantee removing a negative item through disputing, right? Through credit repair. There's no guarantee. And so if you're, especially across 3 different bureaus, and you never know which bureau is going to be used when you pull a new auto loan. If credit repair happens to remove one, you're still stuck with 2 negative accounts. And so even the difference in score, the range increase in score by getting rid of a negative on one bureau and having it on another, 50 to 100 point differential. Though all of those are highly unfundable evidence to banks, lenders, et cetera, in your next loan. So be very wise. Don't just, because you're upside down in the car, just say, I'll just fix my credit. There are no guarantees that that's going to come off. So that's it for today. Fundability Report. Want to make sure we don't just throw your car away because you're upside down. This is Merrill Chandler of the Fundability Report. We'll see you next fundable time at the same fundable channel for 3:45 p.m. Mountain Time. We'll see you next time.